Hi, my name is Ethan Higgins, and I'm presenting a speech on J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. I have an audience of my sister, Isley Higgins.
Hello.
She said hello. The purpose of my speech is to commemorate J.R.R. Tolkien and to discuss his fantasy world, The Lord of the Rings, and its extended lore. So, I wanted to discuss how masterfully Tolkien created his world. From the small minor details to the overarching themes and biblical principles and connections that he writes into them. And I wanted to just explore that with y'all because it's something that I really love. So, point number one, and discussion topic. Okay. I want to talk about the inbuilt history to the series. So when you start in The Hobbit, which is already a prelude to the Lord of the Rings series, there is already thousands and thousands of years of lore and history that is undiscovered and unknown to the reader. And just knowing that it's there when people mention it and bring it up in the series can just spark so many theories and lots of wonder into what this world can hold and what secrets could be next in the story. An example is when Frodo arrives in Rivendell in the Fellowship of the Ring, and he's talking to Elrond and Bilbo and Gandalf. They have many talks and many conversations about the history and secrets of the world that are unknown to the citizens of the Shire, who are kind of, cornered off in the world and don't know much history. And they talk about ancient wars and ancient peoples who no longer exist, and there's so much information that they don't share that you're like, what could that be? Were there other ancient peoples, other creatures, things like that. So it gets you wondering, and it gets you excited to learn more as you read. The depth of imagery is something I also wanted to talk about. When Tolkien describes anything, he's kind of notorious for over-describing, but I think that it's really good if you're if you have less imagination, or if you want a clearer picture of what's happening. He will describe everything about a scene, if it's important, down to like just the flowers and maybe the color of the dirt and how tall the trees are. Sometimes he gives height, sometimes it's just they're really tall, or like he compares them to mountains, stuff like that. And then also when describing characters, if he wants to give them a certain portrayal or feel that the characters in the universe feel, he wants you to feel the same way, so he describes them very well that way. And then a lot of his lore and history in the universe mirrors the Bible. Just like the creation story is centered around an uncreated being creating helpers to help, or creating helpers to govern and look over the world. And in Christian faith, those are humans. He created us in our image, in his image. And in Tolkien universe, he creates sort of angel creatures to look over different aspects of nature and of the world. But the God character is very similar in comparison to Yahweh, or actual God. And of course the good versus evil story, and the sacrificial love that many of the characters show in the story. And so that's one reason, or a bunch of reasons I really love Lord of the Rings. And thank you, Isley, for being a good listener.